Welcome to our Athletes for Arizona series of athlete to athlete conversations. Today, we have a guest for Mental Health Awareness Month where we are discussing athlete mental health. Today, we're speaking with Arizona native and Clark Atlanta University women's basketball student athlete, Zion Walters. Zion, welcome. Would you introduce yourself and share a little bit about your team, your sport, your background, and maybe even your connection to Arizona?
Of course. Hello, hello. My name is Zion Walters. I do play basketball at Clark Atlanta University in Atlanta, Georgia. I am a 20-year-old rising senior, class of 2024. I major in biology with a minor in public health. So after graduating from Clark Atlanta University, I plan to go to dental school, get my DDS so that I can become a cosmetic dentist. As far as Arizona, I was actually born in San Diego, and my dad is from Arizona. So when I was around 5 years old, we moved to Arizona. So I've been here for 15 years. I went to Arts Academy, Australia Mountain for middle school. I went to Millennium High School for high school, played basketball. And yeah, only reason why I left was to attend a HBCU. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, today we are talking about mental health, and just to open it up, why does mental health matter to you?
Um so mental health is very important. It helps determine like how we handle stress, relate to others, and make healthy choices. Mental health matters to me because as an athlete, a student, a friend, a daughter, a young adult, it requires quite some energy. So to be able to give it my best at all times, I have to make sure that I'm not only like physically and emotionally okay, but that I'm mentally okay. So if your mental state is not too strong or too healthy, it makes things really hard to do in life, really difficult because our thoughts are our main source of how we respond to certain things. So yeah.
Great answer. So, what does finding mental wellness or balance look like for you so you can be at your best, say, as an athlete or a student or daughter, friend, whatever, all the different roles that you have? What does it look like to have mental wellness for you?
So finding mental wellness or balance for me at least consists of doing things that like bring me happiness, peace, allow me to escape anything that's like bringing stress to my life or worry, anything. So as a student athlete, I do love to play basketball. That's what I do most. But for college athletes, it's considered a job. So like anything,
Mhm.
like your job can get really stressful. It can be exhausting. So what I do is I find a dance class. So
Fun.
I've been dancing my whole life. So in high school, when I went to Millennium, I was dancing and then I was playing basketball. So we had to go between both. But yeah, so when I'm not playing basketball, I'll try to go dance. I'll find a local dance class, whether that is in Atlanta or in Phoenix, down in Tempe. Go dance, release all the energy that I have, all the stress, all the worry, just go into a different place. Yeah, as far as that, I feel like if you need to find like a mental wellness or balance, it should consist of something that distracts you from the current situation, brings you joy, puts a smile on your face, causing you to relax and like focus on something different for a while.
That's a great answer, and I love how you mentioned dance because it can be so unique for everyone,
Yeah,
and I know too, like, with the movement and the music, it can definitely do a lot to help your mental wellness, so
yeah. It just depends on the
I
style too.
yeah, yeah, so what's your favorite style?
Um, so growing up, I was very much hip hop, always wanting to, pop a little bit. Um, I like lyrical, really listening down into the music and finding the purpose and the soul and being able to demonstrate that with your body. Um,
Mhm.
I don't do tap. I could never really get
No.
into it. But yeah, between lyrical, abstract, and hip hop, those are probably my favorite.
Wow, amazing. Maybe you'll have to, like, do a dance move for us or something.
We could try that a different day, different day.
Sounds good. So, you mentioned, being a student athlete and some of the challenges that come with obviously, loving basketball, but it is sometimes feeling like a job. And I know publicly there's a lot of talk around just student athletes and some mental challenges that come up with people handling the demands of whether it's the pressure of sport and competition or all the time and energy that it does take to compete at a high level and maintain your grades so you can compete. So, just wondering from your perspective and what you've seen so far, like how would you help somebody who's struggling, say, like with their mental health or just in a real tough place?
So, the first thing I would say, because I had to also realize this myself, that it's okay. Like, it's okay to have a bad moment, bad day, even a bad week. It's okay. It's normal. It's gonna happen. Everyone has moments where they struggle, but it's really important not to suffer in silence. I would say,
Mm,
you know, I would say really find somebody you trust to be able to release, what you're feeling, so it's not all like bottled in. I would also say, like, it's okay to get help. It's okay. I know a lot of people are really scared of having to say like, "Oh, I need help." It's
mhm,
okay. It's perfectly normal, and there should be no shame in it. There's like crisis lines. I know some campuses have counseling services, and there's even online options, text options. There's so many ways that you can help yourself if you don't really want to confide in like somebody or you don't want people to really know what you have going on. But just a self thing, you can go to counseling services on campus, or text the crisis hotline, or something like that. But also would let them know that you're not alone. This isn't
mm,
something that's just, what would I say? Hold on. Let me revise that. So I would definitely let them know that they are not alone. This is normal, and they don't need to feel like the world is against them. And if anything, as a friend,
mhm.
I'm here to help. Whatever you need to do. If you need to talk, I'm here to listen. If I need to help you find counseling services, I'm here. But yeah.
Well, that's a great answer, and I love when you said, "Just don't suffer in silence." There are people out there that wanna help and a lot of resources available, and yeah, you sound like a really good friend too, so I
Thank you.
love it. Now talking about, competing at a high level and experiencing, the ups and downs of it, what does it look like to have that championship mentality or even define, like, what does a champion mean to you?
Well, that's a good question. That's a good question. So, being a champion to me, I would say, isn't just about winning. It's not just about a trophy. It's just not just about a ring. A champion is someone to me who gets up and puts their best foot forward every single day,
Mm,
for themselves, for people around them, as well as never giving up no matter the circumstances. Um, Being a champion is also a mindset. You know, you have to believe that you can reach that goal in spite of any obstacle. Um, yeah, especially with sports, being able to put your teammates first. Also, just having a team mindset. It's not a one person thing. A champion puts everybody in their boat and kind of leads the way in a sense. So,
mhm. Great answer.
thank you.
So, what you just defined what a champion looks like. What are some things that you do to help your mind stay mentally strong?
Ooh, I'm gonna be so honest. I cry. I do. It's okay to cry. I feel like crying is cleansing for me. It releases
Mhm.
some eternal emotions that I don't want to just hold in. I also pray, but I also give myself like words of affirmations. I continue to speak like positive things into the atmosphere. Um, I also have someone I can release to, share my thoughts, help me clear my mind when needed. Um, Someone that I trust. It's my mom, but
Oh,
yeah. So that really helps me, especially when I feel like I just have a whole lot going on. My mom's only a phone call away. So, real quick, like, hey, mom, I need to
mhm.
rant, drop everything you're doing. So, yeah, that's how I keep myself, mentally okay, make sure that I can continue to give, like I said, put my best foot forward for myself and people around me. I just have to make sure that I have a moment to cleanse, in a sense. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Absolutely. So, is there a time that you're willing to share when you had to overcome adversity?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, I am part of class of 2020, so AKA the COVID class. So,
Mm.
yeah.
So you
So,
started college with COVID, like,
yeah.
in
We
2020?
weren't even on campus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, tell us about that.
It sucked. Well, we got on campus. I know for basketball, we came spring semester, I think. But besides the point, uh, COVID really kind of set us back a little bit. Some of us didn't get to have a graduation. Some of us didn't get to have a prom. So
Mm,
it really sucked. Um, but as far as me, I was going on an HBCU tour. So I really wanted to go to a HBCU. So I was going around trying to find which HBCU would fit me. I already had Clark Atlanta on my list. So I drove down to Atlanta. We was already kind of in the city in that facility, but I drove down to Atlanta. I went to the campus and I went and I saw like nobody was on campus. Like it was like a ghost town. It was so weird. I was like, okay, if this is what the college is going to be like, I don't want to go. But I found out that they've shut everything down. Like recently just shut everything down as we were driving up
mm,
there. So they were like, yeah, all of our tours, like we're not doing them anymore. Kind of like it felt like for me I just wasted my time. Kind of like we drove all the way, especially coming from Arizona.
mhm.
Um
It's cross country.
yeah, it was and the
Wow.
plane ride is no joke either. That's like 4
Ugh,
hours, 5 hours.
yeah,
So,
it's a long trip.
yeah, they were just like, "Yeah, we don't really have any tours right now. We can't really show you anything." COVID really messed everything up for me. And as far as coaching, I was trying to get in contact with the coach at the time to, send some film, let them know like, "Hey, I'm interested." So we had to leave. I was really, really sad, but when I got home, I really thought about it. I was just like, if this is what you really want to do, then you need to apply yourself and make it happen. So I spent time researching Clark Atlanta University. I found out everything that you could find out in a tour online. I did my research.
Wow.
I make sure I found out everything. I was like, all right, I'm good to go. This is where I want to go. But I still wanted to play basketball. So with that being said, I emailed the coaches and first few weeks, I mean not weeks, maybe like first few days to a week, I didn't hear anything. So I was starting to get nervous again, but I was like, I'm not about to let this be the end. So I emailed them every single week until they answered me. And
Wow, persistence. I
yeah,
love it.
and that's what they told me. They were like, you are very persistent. And they emailed me back. I sent them my number. I was so nervous. And then the assistant coach called me. And when the assistant coach called me, I literally looked at my phone for like 5 seconds. Like I didn't know what to do. And my mom's like, answer the phone. Like, what are you doing? So I answered the phone. And this was the time I already sent them film and all that stuff. So they were like, wow, like, we really are impressed with your film. We're definitely interested in you. If you would like to be a part of the team, we would have you. You just have to consider yourself a walk on. Took it. I said, cool. This is where I'm going. I was so happy that I was able to get that phone call. They were able to give me an opportunity. Um, so from then, I went to the school and I recently just earned my scholarship after being a walk on. So
Wow, congrats.
thank you. So in that sense, I would
Amazing.
say, don't let anything stop you from doing what you want to do, no matter if it's a worldwide pandemic. you know, anything is possible. Apply yourself and really make it
Mhm.
happen. So, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm so proud of you for that.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you for sharing, and
Mhm.
congrats on your scholarship, and I'm so excited to follow you now going into your senior season and
Thank
everything.
you.
So, any this is our last question. Do you have any advice or words of wisdom for young athletes and how to stay mentally tough or anything that you've learned through your journey?
Um, I would say, of course, one, I know people have heard this a lot, but never ever give up. Never ever give up. Not Never let anybody's negativity affect you as well. Um, Always keep your head high. Always keep your head high and realize everybody's journey is different. Never compare yourself to others. I know for athletes, we tend to look at our teammates, our friends, and see what they have going on and really feel I would say feel I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but in a sense of we would feel some way about ourselves when
Mm,
we don't get the same thing. Maybe we're not good enough or we're not doing the right things. Everybody's journey is different. You just have to stay locked in and motivated. And remember, you are amazing and you are enough no matter what anybody says. Your talent speaks for itself. You just have to keep going. Always believe in yourself. Um, but yeah, that's what I would say. It's really tough as an athlete, especially when people are constantly throwing in our faces that we are not like regular students. But I would say to any athlete, no matter what, I am proud of you and you are going to be where you want to be. Just continue to keep your head high, apply yourself, and work hard. So, yeah.
oh, great advice. That was beautiful. And I heard a quote about how comparison is the thief of joy. And I just
Yeah.
think, what you were saying earlier about how often we can like, because sports is competitive and, now with social media too, it can be so easy to compare with other people and feel like I need to be somewhere else in my life, a different stage, or feeling that never enough thing. And so I think the advice that you gave is so relevant and I can see how it's lived out in your own life.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate you sharing and I know you encouraged a lot of people. So thank you for joining our call today, and we look forward to having you back in the future.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.